My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's video, what I'd like to go ahead and do is take the time to go ahead and answer all of your questions related to link building, SEO, backlink building, pretty much anything that's inside these comments. If you took the time to leave a comment, I want to take the time to answer it. All right. So I don't want to waste any time here. What I'll do is I'll go through each and every one of these questions so I can make some shorts and answer your questions. And then what we're going to do is launch some pages. I have to do a little bit of work. So hopefully we'll do it together. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So the very first question comes from Ismail Hanad. Thanks for the question. So, hey, Chris, which tool are you using which shows search volume per month and average CPC? And are you with rank and rent business model or against? Need your advice. Okay. So as far as the tool for CPC, that's keywords everywhere. And I believe they're using Google's data, right? They're pulling right from Google's API. On top of that, rank and rent. Hey, I'm not against anything if it's something that you want to do, right? Do I do rank and rent? It's not my preferred choice. We do a lot of lead generation, and that's where I focus. But hey, if you want to focus your attention on rank and rent, then go for it. All right, but it's not for me. Next question is Mr. Pre-Approval. Good info. Maybe I missed this, but how do you know what Web 2.0 is boosting that specific competitor up in Google ranking? Thank you. Now, this is related to a video that was for Web 2.0. All right, so see video 514 of 24. All right, here, I'll just copy this. So inside that video, what I'm going over is the most valuable Web 2.0s are the Web 2.0s that are actually indexed and or showing up in the SERPs based upon the keywords that matter to you. What I mean by this is when you go out to a SERP and you type in a keyword, go to Google, type in a keyword, any keyword or variation, that 100 results are the results that Google rewards. Out of those 100, Google is only going to reward 1, 2, maximum 3 Web 2.0 websites. Those particular Web 2s are the absolute best. Now that takes a lot of time to go and get those. So what we do instead is find the most authoritative, do follow high authority sites that you can and build them. All right. So I hope that helps you out. Let me bring this in here. All right. So this one comes from Kawagi. Thank you for the comment. Hey, Chris. How do I boost my GMB ranking for my inner pages that are built for different targeted keywords? All right. Different products or categories from the homepage related to SEO. Okay. How do I boost my GMB rankings for my inner pages that are built for different targeted keywords? So Google, for your Google business profile, primarily reads the page that it's attached to. All right. And we know this because inside of the comment section and inside of Google Maps and inside of your Google business profile, when you're looking down, when you're searching for a keyword here, I'll show you something real quick. So here, let's just say we're looking for locksmith Fort Myers. Okay, here, let me just show you something. Let me see if it does it inside of here. If I go inside of Maps, see how they have these, this right here to your left-hand side? I've called before, these are reviews, but it will also say the website mentions. I might not be able to pull it out right now, but it will say website mentions. And where this is pulling from is where whatever page it's linked to, right? So if we know that Google's pulling information from the page that it's linked to because it's evident inside of the Maps results, then if I want to optimize for other secondary services that are on internal pages, how else can I, convey that to Google? Well, in products and services on the GBP, but more notably in main navigation. Main navigation, header menus, anchor text, you could put it in accordions. The best places is main navigations, head foot, or inside of a heading tag or inside of an accordion. So I have an A tag. We know that A tags or links, hyperlinks, carry more value. So if I have a link going to that internal service page with an anchor text that's a primary keyword, also in the footer, and then again within the body text. That's how I get that oomph inside my GBP. That's how I could get a little bit more love on those pages, or how I can convey to Google that I do these things. All right. So I hope that helps you out. Let's see here. Of course, the one I picked doesn't show it, but I assure you, if you go looking, it'll say the website mentions. All right. So here, we'll go ahead and answer this. Okay. So Jonathan says, if I have to build 100 citations for a roofing company, and upon conducting an audit, I found around 25 opportunities with good DA, where can I get the other 75 from? I have knowledge on web development. Can I somehow put them on a website? Help, please. Okay. So citations. All right. As far as citations are concerned, this is a digital reference. So this is referencing my business, my address, my phone number, my description, maybe a logo, and linking back to my asset, maybe even my GBP and the asset. With that being said, there are some general directories. And if you take a look out online, or citation sources, if you take a look online, search engines, right? Yelp, Monta, MapQuest, any place that you can have name, address, phone number, description, logo, and it's double verify, go and build it. So if you've identified 25 opportunities, great, but go and get as many more as you can, right? It's just another reference back to your business. That's all. It can't harm you. It can only help. All right. So now don't go overboard with this, but there's a magnitude of, top 10, top 50, top 100 lists. If you go do a search right now for top 100 US citations, or whatever country you're in, you'll find it. All right. So hopefully that helps you out. Hey, Chris, how long would you run GSA campaign for if you were looking to do tier 2 link building to low level links? Until the list runs out. So if I'm using GSA, that means I'm trying to keep something indexed or get a higher indexation rate, or I'm trying to level up, as far as the DR score or AS score of a particular link. Oftentimes it's just to keep citations indexed or get more indexed. So we run through the whole list. All right. Hey, Chris, is there a reason why you run GSA to AS9 and under, not 9 and above? Is this because there's a risk? Okay. So the question here is, how come I'm running GSA to lower quality links and not the higher quality stuff? First and foremost, moving a link or a link's power from, say, authority score 10 or authority score 20 to 25 is a lot harder than taking it from a 0 to a 10, right? So not only am I able to get more movement, but I also want to improve my overall profile. If you go in and take a look at any local business website, what you'll find is the vast majority of their links are lower equity. So if I can improve the overall backlink profile of a business website just by GSA, just by getting citations, getting more indexed, more directories, that's what we do. We want the highest value for the lowest cost and the lowest amount of time. All right. So I hope that helps you. All right. Thank you. Different landing pages with different intent using the same focus keywords. Thank you. Is that different landing pages with different intent using the same keywords? A best of is an example of this. Okay. All right. Oskowitz. Thanks, Chris, for the valuable yet free content. Quick question, though. If I clone the content on 3 websites, am I going to be penalized by Google for duplicate content? So if I well understood, I create one post on main site, duplicate. Okay. So this particular strategy here, Google is evolving every single day. All right. It's been quite some time. This was 7 months ago, right? It's been some time since I've looked at this strategy. The gentleman that was running that particular campaign has far advanced in 7 months. So I'll probably make an update video, but now's not that time. All right. All right. What page should have facts? About. All right. So it looks like we got through all these. Wow, that was super quick. I thought there was more. All righty. So let's see if you have anything while we're here. Okay. Dude, it's 8 a.m. It's actually only 1 a.m. here. All right. All right. So let's take a look at this. So this is a gentleman. He was working with another company. We were doing his map stuff. He was working with another company. We're going in here and cleaning up what he has currently. And we want to launch newer stuff. So we've created new pages for him, but we have to get rid of all the other old stuff first before we could do anything else. So that's what we're doing here. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask. But before I get into that, here, I want to touch on this. All right. Let's see here. So I had some questions. All right. All righty. What in the world? Okay. In any case, let's go ahead and answer this. All right. Hello and good day. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's How to Decide What to Write inside of a guest post, a PBN post, a featured article, something that's going to point to your website. Perhaps you have your own websites. Perhaps you have your own PBN sites. Perhaps you're going to go and pay somebody to point a link at your website. How do you know what to put inside of that article? Like, what should I write? So in this video, that's exactly what I want to answer. And it's actually very simple once you understand it. So before I get into this video, though, I want to point out proxypixie.com. This is a mobile 4G and 5G mobile proxy provider. It's one of my companies. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into how to decide what to write in a guest post. So before I answer this question, I want to give you some context. All right, because before you can understand what's important, you need to know the elements of a page that are important. All right, so here, let's go ahead and let's draw this out. All right, so what I want to point out to you is this. So here, you have the URL, title, okay, H1, paragraph text, and anchor text. All right. So here, let's go ahead and type this out. So inside of it, it'll be a URL. Okay, so a URL text. So this will be the title. All right. URL, title, H1 tag. Okay, H1. H1 body text. And then the actual anchor text. Okay. Now, the question here, and I got this question today. This used to move. I don't know what's going on. But in any case, the question I got today was, well, how do I decide what to write? Again, if you have your own private blog network, or maybe you're about to get a PBN link, or you're going to get a guest post, like, how do they know what to write? Now, what I want to point out here is you know what to write based upon what the article you're pointing to is. Now, if you're on the other side, if you're on the give side instead of the receive side, you know what to write based upon the anchor text that the person wants. For instance, here, let's go ahead and say that this is the post that you want to get. Now, knowing the most important elements within a page, we're just talking about links, right? The body text, the anchor text, H1 tag, title, URL. This right here, if they want me to write about this right here, Chris Palmer SEO, and they say, hey, I want the anchor text to be Chris Palmer SEO. I know that this is a branded anchor text. So this would convey to me to make this article the most relevant. And what should I write this article about is Chris Palmer SEO. And this I know because of the anchor text that they're requesting. So that would mean to make it ideal, I want to have Chris Palmer SEO in the URL, the title, the H1. I want to talk about Chris Palmer SEO within the body text. And I want the anchor text pointing back to the website containing the anchor text Chris Palmer SEO. So if you're on the give side, you know what to write based upon the anchor text because I want it to be hyper relevant. And then if you're on the actual receive side, obviously the article is going to be about whatever's in your URL, title, H1, body text, and anchor text. And that is how to decide what to write inside of a guest post. All right. So the next question that I want to go ahead and answer related to link building is how to decide how many links to build if the competition has dozens or hundreds or thousands. Thousands is a little egregious, right? But let me walk you through the process of how you know what to build, how many to build, if your competition has dozens, hundreds, even thousands of backlinks. All right. So here, let's go ahead and get into that next. All right. All right, so I started using an example before, but I realized that my microphone was all messed up. All right, so here, let's keep this stuff up. All right. So how do you know? Give me one moment here. All right. Give me this. Give me this. Give me this. 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 And this. All right. So how to decide how many links to build if competition has thousands or hundreds or dozens. Now, no matter what the SEO campaign is, SEO campaigns and SEO always come down to two things: time and your budget. All right. So let's take an example. For instance, let's say that we want to rank for affiliate marketing. All right. When we come in here, and one of our leading competitors for affiliate marketing is Neil Patel. Not saying that he is or that he should be, right? Because he has 197,000 backlinks. But what I want to point out to you is how you determine how many high quality links or how many links we have to get out, and then how you figure out exactly what to build weekly, usually monthly or bi-weekly. All right. So what we'll do is if I want to rank for affiliate marketing and this is the leading competitor, what I do is I'll come in here and I'll figure out, okay, how many referring domains do they have containing the primary key term? They have hundreds, thousands, dozens. I'll look up. Okay, I want to rank for affiliate marketing. Backlinks is one thing, but referring domains is what truly matters. So let's just say, for instance, that the egregious amount of links that we need to build is 1,137. Now, remember, like I mentioned, everything comes down to time and dollars, especially when we're talking about SEO. If we know this is the blueprint, and there's other due diligence, right? But let's say it's 1,137, because this is how you plan it out. All right. So what we'll do is we'll take that number. All right. We'll grab a simple calculator. Let's go ahead and put this on. Okay. Now notice I grabbed referring domains. And then on top of that, I looked for the referring domains that contained the primary key term. And this primary key term was affiliate marketing in this instance. This particular leading competitor has 1,137. Oftentimes, your competition will never have this many, I assure you, right? Especially in the local space. But let's just say, for instance, that they do, right? So if we know we have to build this, and let's say we have a 6-month time span, how many links do we need to build on a weekly basis? So we're just going to take this up. Let's say it's going to be 6 months, 24, right? So 1137, right? And then we have what? So this would tell us that we need to build 48 links a week in order to catch him in 6 months, right? So if our plan is 6 months, right, that would mean that we have to literally build 48 a week, all right, in order to catch our leading competition. So this is it. If you have a competitor that is, leagues in front of you, right, for a primary key term, go and look at the anchor text that's targeting that specific key phrase. It might be that exact key phrase. It might be a variation. It might be a partial, but take a look at that. What is the exact match that they're using, or partial, or whatever the variation is? How many do they have? And then how fast do you want to build them? Figure that out. Take that number, divide by how many weeks you want to take to build it, and that's your number. And this is how you figure out like how many links to build if your competition has thousands. How you decide is looking at the anchor text and then figuring out how fast you want to get there. So that's the formula. It's pretty much that simple. Now, the last thing I want to point out here as far as links are concerned is most important aspect of backlinks. All right. How come I cannot move this? What the heck? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this up really quick. All right. I'm going to put up 3 things. All right. Here 4. So traffic, link placement, category, anchor text. Okay. Okay. So here. So what I want to point out right here is I put up 5 different things, right? What I want to know from you, and you could put it below, what, in your opinion, is the most important aspect of building backlinks? All right. So I'm going to put building. Let's put building. All right. The most important aspect of building backlinks. All right. So down below, there's traffic, link placement, the category, anchor text, and site relevance, right? The site's relevance. Which one do you feel is the most important? All right. Go ahead and think about it for a second. So what I want to point out to you is what I feel and what I know is literally number 1. All right. Number 1 thing for acquiring links. All right. Now, all of these elements, these 5 things are very, very important. But the one that stands out the most, no matter what, is going to be number 3, the category of link. All right. So what I want to give you right now is understanding which link graph your competition is in and how you can find this so you know which links to start building that are going to be the most effective. Because like we just mentioned just before, there's 2 things that are important: budget and the amount of time that you have. So I want to be able to spend the lowest amount and get the most value for the lowest cost. Always. So in order to get the most value for the lowest cost, oftentimes depending on the niche, is figuring out, well, which category specifically do I need to build in? Because then it doesn't matter if it's a DR20, DR10, DR30, they're all valuable. Why is that? Because if I know which category my leading competition has and which link graph they're in, every link that I build means that I'm in the link graph. I'm getting one step closer to being a top performer. I'm in the same link graph as them. Okay. So here's how you do this. All right. And I want to point something out too. So here you come out here. All right. And let's say that you want to rank for, I don't know. Let's say that you want to rank for car accident lawyer in, let's say, I don't know, Iowa. Right? So if we want to rank for car accident lawyer in Iowa, how we determine the category of link that we need to build is by going and looking at the top performers. Now, I would look at the top 5 or top 10, but for sake of time, I'm just going to show you just a few. So here's how you do it. You come inside of SEMrush or any tool that you prefer. Ahrefs does it, Majestic does it. They all classify links. Why do they classify links? Because Google classifies links. They classify them in 2 places. They don't classify links, they classify websites, right? They do it in 2 places. See, Google, you can see the same classification that all these link tools use under your G4, like Google Analytics, or for Google AdSense. The same classification is always utilized, right? This classification of website is what type of links or what type of sites your site is most like, right? So it's not determined but on the content, that's a piece. It's not determined on the traffic, that's a small piece. It's determined by which links are pointing to you. All right. So here, let's take a look at this. You go to referring domains, you come down here, and what we're looking for is an extra filter, advanced filter. And we can see that in order to really move the needle, these are the 3 categories that we want to build in, or the link graphs that we want to build in, or similar sites that we want to get links from. So any site that's in these 3, right, is going to be the best for us. Now here, let me show you something. Business, arts, and intercom. These are the top 3 categories. How much do you want to bet that all the top performers for car accident lawyer in Iowa have these 3 categories? They might be in different orders, but it's these 3. How much do you want to bet? Right here, let's take a look together. So here, we'll go out here. Here's number 2. All right. So here, we'll come down here. Business, arts, internet. Okay. Business, arts, internet. Top 3 categories, right? This is the link graph. In order to have the most relevant link, I need the most relevant votes pointing to that site. Then it starts boiling down to, okay, what's the internal link flow? What are the internal links pointing to the page that I'm getting a link from? The internal links. What do those internal links say? How important is that page? If you go inside a Search Console, Google classifies your importance of your pages based upon internal link flow, right? So you want to be getting links from the most important pages on the sites that you're acquiring links from. This is how you get the most oomph. I need the most important page, right? On top of that, I want to be in the right link graph, right? The category in this instance. On top of that, where is the link at on the page, right? Is it at the top? Is it at the bottom? Is it contextual? Is it site-wide? Is it navigational, right? Is it in the body? And is it contextual, containing a primary term? On top of that, what about the text on the page, right? The surrounding text in the article, the overall density. Is that article hyper-optimized for the term that I want? On top of that, the URL, the title, the H1, the body text, the density, the surrounding text, and the anchor text. That's what's most important, all right? Now, we're running a test. I want to prove this out because I have people in the group and people that I talk to all the time, and they're like, traffic is the determining factor. And that might play some sort of a part, right? But what we're proving out now this week inside my group is how many sites are ranking and what majority of their links that they're getting actually get traffic. Like their link is sitting on a page. How many of those pages actually get traffic? And then let's go look at top performers across all the hardest industries, or at least local industries. Chiropractors, dentists. I assure you, when they're getting these links, it's little to none. All right. So with that being said, that'll wrap up these small tips. Let's see if you have any questions about anything. All right. TV mounting, I get it now. All right, good. Oleg 5. So Oleg said 5? Site relevance, huh? Okay. I get it now. Relevancy, then traffic. Wow. Interesting. Relevancy. Finally, someone that knows what Google and Bing wants. Very refreshing. I have to watch multiple times, but I will. Hey, Chris, would you recommend using Money Robot to build links to GBP? Nah, probably not. Not at this point. Nah, not at this juncture. Nah. This looks like a great live. Thank you. Working on my citation video and found wrong address and duplicate citations. When I went to change address, I spent over an hour trying to change or delete. Not relative to this video. Okay. Yo, Palmer, what up? What's up, Brian? Good to see you. I finally caught you. It's a good day. Dude, it's 8 a.m. Oh, all right. So this right here is Pressure Wash Long Island. We've been doing their maps. We primarily focus on maps. They have an exact match. It wasn't that hard. When we met them, they were at number 12. Now we're in the map pack, but no, it's a business that's been in business a long time. They've had the GMB a long time. They have an exact match. I have to admit it wasn't the hardest thing, right? But now they want us to, since we did good there, they want us to come over here and clean up the mess that they had previously. All right. So what we're doing right here is I had my assistant come in here and mark everything no follow, no index, and move everything to drafts. All right. So let's take a look at this. All right. So here's drafts. Now, what we want to do here. All right. All folders. Okay, so there's only 8 pages. Okay, so anything that's done by me, Mayan. Can we sort by author? Authors. Chris Palmer. Okay. Let's see here. These couldn't be mine. All right. All right. I don't want to bore you, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, I know what I have to do here. I just have to go page by page. It's going to be a very daunting, fun process. I'll give it about 10 more minutes. Hey, Ron, good to see you. I get it now. So what I'm going to do right now is that's going to end it. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've answered the questions inside comments. I've answered your questions, gone over a few tips. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time. Many blessings, and I'll see you in the next one.